What's good? What's good with y'all? Mad Pill. As y'all know, we're gonna get right into it. We got more Diddy news. Y'all hit that like button. Hit the like button. We in Facebook and we on YouTube live. Y'all know what it do, man. Hit that like button for your boy. We got more Diddy news. Hey, and watch the Diddy case here. I'm gonna be covering the whole Diddy case here. Just make Mad Pill your uh first platform you watch. Because I'm gonna have, and it's true about Diddy. So let me make sure before I get into the side, we're gonna jump right into this, but I'm good on Facebook. Let's rock and roll. This the new Diddy details. If y'all ain't heard today, they coming out. His friends, Diddy's friends from college. I mean, man, I told y'all this was gonna come about. They got from the tapes and they interviewing Diddy's past friends and the people who was there at Diddy's parties. And some of them didn't snitch, but a lot of them did. A lot of people is telling them did. Like I said, the people who they are interviewing, the feds probably got something on them. I would say that, and they using that against them to snitch. I mean, and when this come out, and when they finally indict him, within the weeks to come, what are they going to indict him with? What are they going to indict him with now? It's proof and it's evidence. Now that Diddy, hit Cassie, but it's proof and it's evidence that his friends are coming for him. It's evidence, and it's all on the news. Even on TMZ, the Breakfast Club reported it. I can only show a little snippets of that. Just a little snippet of that. But we're gonna try to play what we can play before the copyright hits, come. So I'm trying to play these videos carefully. And let me make sure that before I get started, we're gonna get the rolling. Now these is new today.
Mounting for music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Since November, he's been hit with multiple civil lawsuits, with all but one accusing the rapper of sexual assault. CNN is reporting a federal grand jury may soon be hearing from Diddy's accusers. Pamela Osborne has been digging into this for us. And Pamela, we understand one of the lawsuits against him was filed by a woman whose encounter began with a night out on the town in Detroit.
Kimberly, that's right. We're calling her Jane Doe. 20 years ago, she was 17 years old, a high school student, when she says she met the president of Diddy's record label at a lounge in Metro Detroit.
I've seen many lawsuits over my years. This trigger warning is, it's in bold, it's red. If true, aren't just allegations that he engaged in sex trafficking.
Criminal defense attorney Neil Rockhind is referring to the complaint filed on behalf of Jane Doe against Sean Diddy Combs.
These are the types of offenses that would likely end up putting Sean Combs in prison.
According to the criminal complaint, Jane Doe was at a lounge in the Detroit area when she met longtime Bad Boy Entertainment president Harve Pierre. Pierre reportedly bragged about being friends with Diddy and put him on the phone.
Convinced this 17-year-old who was half his age to accompany this group on a private jet, which to a studio in New York.
And this is y'all. This is the group. So this is the organization, the RICO Act. So now this young girl then came out when she was 17 years old, sending a group of guys.
New York City.
The complaint goes on to say Pierre and two other men escorted the high schooler to a private jet, which flew them to New Jersey, where SUVs were waiting. The four of them were driven to Diddy's house recording studio, where she was given drugs and alcohol. Her attorneys, who did not return my request for comment, say she was in no position to consent. They allege Diddy, Pierre, and a third man took turns sexually assaulting.
See, Pierre, Diddy, Pierre. So would Pierre be a snitch against Diddy? See, this is the RICO they trying to put against. This is the
her case, one of 7 against the mogul, accusing him directly of sexual assault. Diddy's homes in Miami and LA were raided by federal agents back in March. He's denied all allegations of sexual assault and sex trafficking, but he did issue an apology for his behavior in a video that came out where he was recorded assaulting his then girlfriend Cassie in a hotel. And now CNN is reporting federal investigators are preparing to bring his accusers before a federal grand jury. A lot left to follow on this story as it continues to develop. Kimberly?
Okay.
now they prepared now to bring. So this is a new 17-year-old. Now this is a new 17-year-old that's came forward against Diddy. No, and there's more. There's more. There is a lot more. More video. Yes, yes. And now this is a bunch of news against new news for P Diddy. But now this 17-year-old, and that is a crime organization now. Right. And not only did she accuse P Diddy, she accused a bunch of all of them for taking turns on her. And it's a lot of women and abuse victims that's coming forward right now from multiple dudes. Like P Diddy was passing them around. That's what he was trying to say. And who was a part of his sex stuff? See, this is the thing was so dangerous about the P Diddy party. It's going to make a lot of celebrities guilty because they have been engaging and they have been sleeping with those underage little girls and little boys too. Trusting P Diddy. See, and they might have not have known that they were sleeping with underage little boys or little girls. They might not have known that. But since they went to a P Diddy party, now they can be brought to indictment. Now, we didn't kicked in P Diddy's door and found all these tapes in his house, raided his crib. And now we got multiple celebrities sleeping and engaging in sexual acts. And these are the victims right here who is coming forward, have slept and engaged with multiple sexual acts with different celebrities. I mean, this is going to be, I believe, the biggest case in hip hop history. If you ask me, this is going to be one of the biggest cases in hip hop history that you're going to have multiple you're going to have multiple victims coming forward. And this is why they say, no, a lot of celebrities want to stay away from the Diddy parties because they have witnessed P Diddy abusing women. He probably witnessed in the same 8 foursomes and fivesomes that they was having. They was passing each other around. They have passed around. One of them was probably a minor. And it's seen on that tape. Now, people are coming forward to talk. And here's more to that.
Video footage that was taken inside of Combs's residence. The majority of the accusers who have filed these civil lawsuits against Sean Diddy Combs have been brought in for questioning, and again, some of them being called in numerous times. We hear that many are cooperating and even handing over evidence that they feel could be relevant into the.
See, they are being cooperative and they handing over evidence. Evidence. They got evidence. They got tapes. If they got evidence, what is evidence? What do you have against somebody? What is evidence? You got it on video. You recorded it. That's the evidence that they have on Diddy. A lot of them coming forward because the feds have shown them these tapes. They shown them the tapes already. Say, look, I got you doing this such and such with a minor. I got you on tape. You are in, this is you, and I can tell this is you, and on multiple angles. Now they are trying to give them up because they know the feds got them. They are willing to tell. So that's what's going on. And that's detrimental. That's going to be detrimental to a whole lot of celebrities y'all know have been sleeping with minors due to going with P Diddy parties.
This federal probe. We hear that these investigators have been contacting individuals that they have seen on this footage. One person, in addition to the accusers who have filed these civil suits, is a male sex worker. That is what a source tells me.
We're going to get back to that male sex
worker. Right. A male sex worker coming out and get this male sex worker to keep confidential has messed with a lot of celebrities, male celebrities as well. He's been seen on tape. So the feds could have forced him to come out publicly. See, some of them got to come out publicly, but some of them can remain anonymous, like the celebrities.
worker in just a moment, but it does appear as though the walls are closing in on Sean Diddy Combs, a rapper, musical artist who has faced 8 civil lawsuits since November, with 7 of those suits having to do with sexual misconduct allegations. One of those civil suits, by the way, was filed by his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, and they settled that case out of court. But CNN has learned that federal investigators plan to bring some of Sean Diddy Combs' civil suit accusers before a grand jury, meaning that the feds are possibly seeking an indictment for Combs. Now, the possible witnesses have been notified by the authorities and they could be called on to testify before the grand jury. As you heard from the report, some of them have already begun cooperating with investigators and have even provided some evidence that the investigators intend to use in a possible trial. Now,
right. It's over for Puffy. It's over for Puffy. That's it. Now, we all know the charges is going to be brought against Puff Daddy. It's charges going to be brought against Puffy. And he's going to get the biggest sentence. And I guarantee you, it's gonna y'all gonna be surprised by whose name is gonna be whose name is gonna pop up, and who's gonna be on the stage. It's secret witnesses. It's some stuff that we ain't gonna never know.
Now, let's get to the civil suits for just one more moment, because I mentioned Cassie Ventura, his ex-girlfriend, and prior to the leak of the video that we're about to show you, Sean Diddy Combs denied every allegation that was thrown at him. Those allegations all of a sudden seem to have a lot more merit after this video was leaked. And I want to warn you, it is a disgusting, awful video that shows some.
We got into that. And it's on the Breakfast Club. Shout out to the Breakfast Club. Now, P Diddy's accusers, these new accusers, now it's a lot of them. And they just coming like daily. They just flocking in. And they are younger women now and young men. And his sex worker, like the male sex worker who's coming out. I mean, we're going to get into this tomorrow, the extent, long page of the new document. We're going to read off that document tomorrow. But we just breaking this news today.
Much more. The article is based on a 6-month investigation. It is reported that Rolling Stone reached out to more than 300 people to participate. Only 50 former friends, acquaintances, employees, and bad boy artists, as well as industry insiders, agreed to assist in the investigation. Most of them participated off the record out of fear of retaliation. The article said those who did speak on Combs describe a complicated man with opposing personas. Outwardly, they see a tastemaker who is unapologetically driven, generous, and jovial, even silly at times. He can be the same proudly, but associates who got close enough to him discovered something darker behind the facade. A menacing figure who desperately wants to be.
They telling them. Like, these are the people who got caught. These are the people who have slept with the underage people too, for immunity. Like, y'all, this is twisted.
Accepted and admired, who uses public declarations of devotion, splashy donations, and boasts that he is brother love to hide an undercurrent of alleged abuse and violence. The article also recalled an interview with Jet that Diddy did back in the day, bringing up the fact that his name is Puff, which stems from his temper as a child. He earned his nickname as a kid because he would always huff and puff when he got mad. He said, he said I had a temper. That's why my friends started calling me Puffy.
Ooh, that's another thing right there. Puff's temper. It's off his nickname. Oh, wow. I mean, and that's a detrimental to Puff's case. Puff got a bad temper. Terrible temper. And he's named after that. Oh man, he done.
Some stories came from women who filed lawsuits against Diddy. An unnamed person who reportedly attended Howard University with Diddy, I didn't know he went to Howard University, spoke on him beating his girlfriend on campus. They said dorm mates would yell in the halls. Puff is out here acting crazy. He's beating her, signaling everyone to try to help the young girl.
Yeah, Puff, he didn't graduate, but I think he went there for 2 years.
Okay, yeah, I didn't know he attended.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, 90s hip
he beat a girl in college. I mean, everybody coming out. I mean, these are, like I said again, these are Puffy's friends, long-term associate who the feds caught sleeping with underage girls. So now they are informants now, federal informants.
Pop photographer Monique Bunn, who was close with Biggie and other Bad Boy artists, claimed that Diddy didn't like Biggie's relationship with Tupac because Pac didn't have any respect for him. He thought he was corny. The most interesting part of the article to me is a clip from the Breakfast Club interview that they had referenced. They brought up Diddy's interview with you guys in 2015 when he spoke on his 25-75 relationship rule.
If I'm in a relationship with you, like 25% of your time, you're gonna just like feel like, oh man, I hate being here. Oh man, I hate this guy. Oh man, he cheated on me. He lied on me. That's 25%. You know what I'm saying? But then there's 75% of I'm gonna make you the happiest woman in the whole wide world. I'm gonna be there to support your dreams. I'm gonna be there to hold you, listen to you. I'm gonna be there to be your best friend. And I promise you'll smile the most. You know who I am. This is what it is. 25%, 75%. Which deal would you choose?
That's a strong 25%.
He changed that.
See, not only they paint a horrible picture of Puffy out of his own word, but the most horriblest picture is him hating Biggie, him not liking Biggie. That's bad, and that's accusing him of murder too. I think that they not only are trying to go after Puffy for underage girls and boys, they are trying to go after Puffy for the death of Tupac, or possibly a jealous murder of Biggie Small. I'm telling you, listen, they throwing everything at Puffy.
Though
Oh,
he later I don't know if you remember, Charlamagne. He later went online and apologized.
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Probably from the backlash that he got from that.
I think that's the time he was dating. I think he was with Cassie at that time, and he came back and was like, you know what, I was wrong for saying that. He definitely came back when they said.
Did he just change percentages, or did he just say no?
He just, I think he just said no.
Okay, all right. As part of the investigation, Rolling Stone sent Diddy a list of questions, but his team responded saying that he can't stop. Oh no.
He can't stop, won't stop. What?
He cannot and will not respond to every.
Will not.
Yeah, he cannot and will not respond to every story picked up by the press. The article is extremely long and has so much information, y'all. It recaps all the things that we've already heard about Diddy over the years. If you want a full summary of Diddy's allegations from college all the way up to now, go check out the investigation for yourself.
First of all, round of applause to Just Hilarious. Those 3 days did her well. I don't know if it's Rosetta Stone. I don't know.
Right. I mean, now you got Diddy's past colleague or college friends, whatever who they was to him, saying and painting a big picture like he don't like Biggie. And there was allegations out there that he had something to do with Biggie. It's something, not Biggie, but it's Tupac. And y'all see this trial is set to begin with Keefe D, the murder trial of Tupac. Keefe D. And y'all read the book. I mean, y'all heard about the book. And none of y'all probably ain't read it, but y'all heard about the book of when he admitted, and he told the police that it was an interrogation. He told the police that Puffy put $1 million on Pac's head. He put $1 million on Pac's head. And I don't think that he was lying about that. He was on recording talking to the feds telling them that Puffy, if you want to see that recording, just go type it up. It was on recording of him getting interrogated by detectives, of him telling that Puffy put $1 million on Pac's head. The allegations against Puffy. It's the criminal enterprise, and it's just a quick about the criminal enterprise that Puffy. They paint it as an enterprise. You see this woman, this another anonymous woman who came out with a lawsuit, is claiming that Puffy and his crew R-worded her, assaulted her, or they just passed her around and ran a train on her. And let me tell y'all something. It was key people, celebrities, that was in that train. She didn't say exactly what Puffy's entourage was. Who was Puffy's entourage was back in the day? Could Biggie be a part of it? Could Biggie's name be implemented with sexual assault? You see, could Biggie Small name be implemented in sexual assault? Y'all gonna let that marinate. Puffy had an enterprise. We talking about the enterprise. We talking about Mace 2. Come on now. We got Mace 2. Who else? Names of who else, y'all? Was a part of that? Take that. We got Lil C's. We got Lil Kim. I mean, come on now. We're gonna talk about that. Could they be a part of it? Oh man, I gotta write notes as I go. For real. Could their names be implemented in this sexual scandal? Ma, what's good, Ma? Ma, what's good? Gerald Morris. Could Biggie Smalls in the Junior Mafia be a part? Could Mace be a part, be implemented in this? Could they be snitches on the low? See, everything's on the table now. Everything. Could they be snitches on the low? You know what? I think so. Biggie Smalls. Could Biggie Smalls be a part of this? Could he be a part of this? I mean, come on now. If they were doing it back then, they doing it now.
Out of the major mess that he's created for himself, and even the experts seem to think so too.
Well, unfortunately, I'm not surprised. I think Ms. Ventura was extremely heroic and brave in terms of coming forward with her claims. And now that this video is out, I would imagine that some of his alleged victims may feel more comfortable and more empowered in coming forward. So I unfortunately think that we may see more of these coming up.
Let's talk about Cassie Ventura more, because she is now responding to the video of her being violently assaulted by Diddy. She is saying that domestic violence, quote, broke me down to someone I never thought I would become. Of course, she's encouraging people to listen to the victims, believe the victims the first time. And her suit against Diddy has been settled. Could this video, could his admission mean anything for these other pending lawsuits now, or the federal investigation surrounding him?
I'm not sure how it will factor into the federal investigation, but I do think in some of these pending lawsuits, and I have said this all along, I do think that the release of this video will cause him to most likely settle those, because now we have a pattern of behavior on camera, and it is going to be very, very difficult for him to combat that any other narrative other than what's out there now. Now, in terms of the federal case, I believe really a statement from Ms. Allred actually last week on your show, when she talked about the idea that if there is a RICO charge that's brought in, and we could maybe look at some of this in terms of establishing a pattern of sex trafficking, then potentially that could be factored into the federal case, because for the most part, there's a 10-year statute of limitations on adult sex trafficking, but then there's even more so a longer statute of limitations with that RICO charge.
Ex-FBI agent Tracy Welder ain't surprised at the surveillance video. In fact, she hopes that more of Diddy's victims are going to come forward after finally having evidence of the diddler's dirty crimes.
There's just been a shocking revelation from federal authorities regarding a highly private and scandalous video involving none other than Jay-Z and Beyonce, reportedly taken during a wild party hosted by Diddy. Apparently, during a Homeland Security raid on Diddy's properties, some rather intriguing discoveries were made, including compromising footage featuring numerous beloved celebrities caught in scandalous situations. Speculation is rife that Diddy intentionally leaked this footage to authorities as a form of revenge against the Carters, allegedly due to their perceived lack of support during his legal battles. It seems he's on a mission to embarrass them at any cost.
But it's not just Diddy who's in hot water. Looking like Jay-Z and Beyonce are caught up in Diddy's mess too.
Now tell me about that, y'all. What do y'all think about this? What do y'all think about this? Jay-Z and Beyonce. And some people just think that Jay-Z and Beyonce are just too good to be caught up in some little mess like this. No, I don't think nobody is too good for nothing. I don't think nobody's perfect. I think all celebrities, they party with each other, these confidential parties. Something happened. Something happened. And do you think that if something happened and they caught Jay-Z on one of them P Diddy tapes, that he ain't gonna snitch? Him or Beyonce, you think that none of them ain't gonna snitch? You got to be a fool if you think that none of them ain't gonna snitch. They probably talking right now. The Feds probably like, Jay-Z, Beyonce, I got you on video. Passing around a little boy, a little girl. Now, we'll give you immunity. And I want to play this Jay-Z from the streets talking about he don't snitch. No, he's snitching to protect his legacy. He ain't saying nothing. to the public, but he talking to the feds. Jay-Z is snitching, and he got total immunity if he give away everything that he saw. Jay-Z, that little boy that P Diddy recorded, y'all, with that little girl that y'all was passing around like a blunt. Y'all, got you on tape. I got you dead to right. Even Beyonce. Y'all know how the husband and wives, they be having those sick, you never know. They probably swingers, the rich and famous. I mean, come on now. They can have anything that they want. Their relationship is a facade, probably. They probably don't even like each other. The relationship just probably a daggone business deal. You never notice the mind of the rich and famous. They all sick. They got sick fantasies. No wonder so many sexual allegations be coming out against her. I mean, Beyonce ain't perfect. Jay-Z ain't perfect. So stop that, y'all. Stop thinking these celebrities is perfect. They sick. Something is wrong with them. And for some reason, they all like underage little boys and little girls. For some reason, I don't know what it is. For some reason, they like underage kids. And I would believe, and I wouldn't put past none of them, that they have engaged in that sexual act. They probably did it once. See, what I believe about Beyonce and Jay-Z, I don't believe that they do it on a regular basis. I think that they do it occasionally. You see, this is why our feds don't put RICO charges against them. It's like, oh, but they can't prove a slew of multiple times that they have done it because they only do it occasionally. If I call P Diddy for an underage child occasionally to have a threesome with or fivesome with, you never know how sick these perverted rich people be. They got millions of dollars. Both of them are billionaire together. All three of them are billionaires. I mean, occasionally. That's why ain't no RICO charges gonna come out against Jay-Z or Beyonce, because they probably may have done it one time. You see, P Diddy got a stack. He got thousands of cases. They wasn't junkie. They wasn't junkies like P Diddy. P Diddy was a junkie, underage junkie. He couldn't help himself. He had to do it all the time. Jay-Z, Beyonce, probably occasional, like an occasional drinker, weed head. You smoke weed occasionally, you drink occasionally, or you're just a dang on alcohol or weed head. See, P Diddy was a kid head. Jay-Z and Beyonce was just did it occasionally. And that's why it ain't no RICO charge against them. They are just brought in for questioning. You know what? We got y'all. We are going to ruin you. You do not want your career to be over with. Everything Beyonce and Jay-Z build will be done and will be erased in history if they have been implicated in any child pornography. Just think about that, y'all. Jay-Z and Beyonce will be done. Everything they built. And let me tell y'all something. The masses ain't gonna let that happen. The masses ain't gonna let that happen because they got too much money invested in Jay-Z and Beyonce. Even though they black, right? This is the face of who the icons that we invested in. You know, we have to have some black icons. It can't y'all be all white. We have to protect their image too. And there's no sum of money that what the powers that be won't pay. And that's how that go. They gonna pay. They gonna pay the pipe. There's no money that they ain't gonna pay for their investments. You think they ain't gonna that Jay-Z wouldn't talk if he get took down? Yeah, hell yeah. He's talking, and he's talking now. And I believe that they are a part of the questioning. I believe they are a part. They have been seen in videos and P Diddy parties. Huh? They have been seen around this male escort that P Diddy that's accusing P Diddy of raping him, sexual assaulting him. That would accuse P Diddy Blessings, good morning. Cookie the Real. Good morning. Cheryl, you mentioned about Epstein Island. You say TMZ said P Diddy missed his twins' prom and
And it looks like this is just the beginning of the end for Hollywood's elite.
School case in Manhattan Beach, California. The children there claimed there were tunnels under the school, up into the trap door of a bathroom in a triplex next door, placed in automobiles, and prostituted in the community. 3- and 4-year-old children before they entered kindergarten. That they were flown into the mountains where they were involved with adults in robes, black robes, chanting, candles. And in checking into this and researching this, of course, this was obviously a satanic ceremony. The grandmother was acquitted, hung jury on Ray Bucky. The second trial, another hung jury. 1990, to gain control of the school.
According to ex-FBI Special Agent Ted Gunderson, the world's most powerful people have an entire system of underground tunnels to perform all kinds of sick rituals, like trafficking and abuse. And Jay-Z and Diddy are on the top of the list of perpetrators. Because, let's be honest, it ain't no secret that Jay-Z and Diddles are close friends. So it only makes sense for them to be in on each other's...
Yeah, that's right.
Nasty crimes too.
Oh, they got, hold on, man. They got Jay-Z. Oh, they got Jay-Z. Hold on, we gotta rewind that, man. Jay-Z being nasty. Jay-Z being abusive. They got looks on Jay-Z. When he ripped the dude's phone out of his hand.
Caught several times at Diddy's freak-off parties. And let's just say that he's an active participant in most of them.
Have you ever been to a P Diddy party?
Yeah, many, honestly.
And so, can you take us through like what goes on, like when you were there?
Money
Right.
and sex.
Were you surprised that there were so many cameras in his houses?
No.
So let me ask you, when you hear that Cassie was told to hire male escorts to come in what they call freak-offs now, is that something normal that happens in Hollywood?
Yeah.
Freak-offs.
Hey, everybody know that. I've been saying it.
So why does Puffy, why now? Why?
Because he's the acceptable monster at this time. Like R. Kelly was the last time I sat on this couch.
So who's next?
Y'all don't see the lineup? Jay-Z is setting Diddy up. He lined up D. Haven, stole his life and identity. He lined up Big L, stole his life and identity. He lined up Dame Dash, stole his life, identity, and fucking took his love. Lined up R. Kelly. He wants to be the one.
And if you go by what Jaguar Ryder said about what goes down at Diddle's party,
She got some crazy stuff. Jay-Z has lined them all up because he want to be the one. That's interesting.
parties, then y'all know that anybody who's participating in them is up to no freaking good.
Takeoff's death wasn't nothing but a corporate hostile takeover using his life as the goddamn. Oh my God.
Man, RP Takeoff.
That boy died so they could cash in a motherfucking insurance policy and to cover up the fact that Rock Nation was ripping Megan away from 300. I guess nobody's paying attention to the fact that complete control of Megan Thee Stallion's career was taken over right after Takeoff died. And the Prince family were forced to leverage and let her go, even though they did not want to. Isn't that interesting?
Houston politics.
And I'm not saying allegedly.
Oh. Okay,
I'm saying, Sean Carter, you're taking Pimp C wasn't bad enough. Why the fuck did that house burn up? Who the fuck goes to their childhood house for a visit and the shit goes up in flames?
That was very weird.
And still, no real investigation on how the house just went up in flames. I guess they paid y'all off. Like they paid y'all off for that fucking Astroworld shit.
And not just that, but Wright has also revealed that Jay-Z was involved in Takeoff's murder for his own gains.
Sean Carter is worse.
Oh, man.
He's smarter. He's patient. He's not sloppy.
Now, according to Jaguar Wright, if people think what Diddy has done is bad, then they are not ready for Jay-Z's crimes to be exposed to the public because he's 10 times worse.
Rockefeller shine motherfucking city, nigga. I love New York. You gon' respect this hustle. Now, what you know about that? Hey.
Now, Now, Diddy and Jay-Z have also been spotted behaving in an extremely inappropriate way with each other out in public. And if y'all look at their interactions, the idea that they might be running the sex ring from Jay-Z's private island is not really that hard to believe.
Jay-Z answer the phone?
But when you look at everything that's gone down after the raids at Diddy's homes, Jay-Z ain't nowhere to be found. Now, the rapper hasn't expressed any support for his longtime friend, and 50 Cent ain't backing away from calling him out on his shady behavior neither.
With Kirk Burrows and him and our driver, and we go down to 26 Federal Plaza. I know 26 Federal Plaza is the FBI office that Jay-Z and Puff had somebody write something up to say that they was trying to get a monopoly on the industry and start their own distribution company. And they told the higher ups, and that's when all those companies start going down, start coming up with federal charges and all kinds of, things that's happened to them. You've seen it with Irv Gotti and them. You've seen it with Rockefeller breaking up and all that shit like that.
Even Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, claims that Jay-Z and Puff was both informants for the FBI, and they're the ones who snitched on Suge Knight to get him arrested in the first place.
Diddy's former bodyguard tonight, alleging that Diddy was working for the FBI as a confidential informant.
People don't realize this, brother. First and foremost, Puff has been dodging the legal system for years. Puff being, and this is documented, Puff being a CI for an FBI agent. They was taking some papers up to the FBI, so like when they was here in New York. They was taking paperwork up there and stuff like that. Don't know what it was, but later on found out that he was a CI.
Now, Primetime can't confirm this, but if Diddy was an FBI informant, it explains why he was giving a pass to wreak havoc, according to his producer's lawsuit. What Diddy wanted, Diddy got.
Savage! I'm a savage! Oh! I'm a savage! Whatever I want, I'm going to get! Whatever I want, I have to get!
All while he was cozying up to Hollywood figures like Harvey.
All right, now this ain't the first time the Deal's gone on the record to talk about Diddy's connections with the FBI. But will he go to the lengths to use them against his own friend to save himself from the trouble? Hold up, let me check my magic 8-ball. 8-ball says you bet your sticky honey buns he will.
Why do we believe that this guy Keefe D knows anything about Combs' involvement in Tupac and that would be compelling to the feds?
Well, Keefe D is considered an OG from LA, so an original gangster. I mean, he's from way back in the day. He rubbed shoulders with a lot of important people, a lot of bad guys, was involved in a lot of bad stuff himself. He knows a lot of information. So you really got your people trying to weigh, because we don't know what the evidence is directly revolving Keefe in his case, and potentially him providing information that can carry over into the Diddy case. So when these HSI agents, I mean, there's a high bar in terms of executing a search warrant on a huge public figure like Sean Combs. There's got to be something there, obviously, that they were expecting to find in Diddy's house.
Now, Phil Carson, a retired FBI agent who worked on the Notorious B.I.G. case, has also suggested a link between the allegations against Diddy and information that led to an arrest in rapper Tupac Shakur's death.
It's not going to change what's been said and what's going on. So it's like, whether somebody say something or not, what does it change?
That's what 50 is basically saying, that Jay is like disassociated, just like, because I mean, we all black, dog, and you'll see these dudes take pictures together. These are the billionaire class of guys.
But we may be talking about a Rock Nation brunch from 6 years ago. We don't know if Diddy and Jay took a picture when the last time we seen them together. We don't know that. We be going off shit we seen off social media that's 10 years old and 20 years old. We don't know if they didn't kicked it in the last 5 years. They probably fell out, or we don't know.
Right.
We don't know. So for me,
and then some people don't stand by this kind of shit. some in the street, like certain shit.
For real.
Certain shit you can't stand by.
Bro, that shit, bro, environments we come up from, if a nigga is children
You can't stand
or
by
doing
that.
some shit, nigga, get the fuck.
Now, because Jay-Z practically abandoned Diddy and all this, people are starting to think that the diddler might rat out Jay-Z's crimes to the feds in a deal just to protect his own butt. Probably gonna be the first time he's ever tried to protect it, huh? Well, let's just say that Diddy's got friends in a lot of high places, like Mayor Eric Adams, who just recently gave a rapper a key to New York City back in September of 2023. I mean, y'all think he does take backsies on that or what? Anyway, y'all know that he ain't got no shortage of power and influence.
Beyonce is allegedly running and hiding with the kids after Diddy's lawsuits continue to mount and her time is limited, because many people are saying that her husband, Jay-Z, is next. So Queen Bey gave Jay the impression she was going to be there for him through thick and thin after surviving multiple affairs. But she had to call it quits as Jay is allegedly facing prison time after his alleged involvement with his best friend Diddy in trafficking. Bey is allegedly separating her assets with Jay to protect her brand after allegedly secretly filing for divorce from him back in June. Bey and Jay knew about Diddy's wrongdoings, so they could be considered accessories to the crime, and some are saying they might be a little more involved with the Colombian dancing powder than we originally thought. Bey specifically might be investigated after it was speculated across the internet that she may have allegedly deleted her competition and may have allegedly had Jay's mistress, Kathy White, murked. This is why Bey is releasing albums and going on concert, because she's trying to stack that paper before the charges rain down.
And you know what? With things not looking so good for Jay-Z, Beyonce's looking out for herself and her kids. I mean, do you blame her? If I was...
I mean, this is a bunch of stuff. Like, this is a bunch of stuff that's really behind closed doors that's being said. And that the feds have access to. They got access to all the tapes. And Jay-Z, do I believe that Jay-Z has anything to do with that enterprise? If he did, no doubt the feds would have been coming after him as well. But I think like this, but they were saying in the video, they want them one by one. You know, the big P Diddy is a big man. You know, you don't get two big men at the same time because they run different crime organizations. You know, you don't use P Diddy as a small guy to get Jay-Z. No, you don't. Because P Diddy ain't a small guy. You get them separately. I mean, the birds of a feather flock together, yeah. But is he part of a crime ran organization? Jay-Z, the same? Or was Jay-Z occasionally doing it? I don't know. Time is going to tell. But what I believe at this moment, Jay-Z, he was a part of, he was doing it, him and Beyonce was doing it occasionally. They did it occasionally. And maybe they have been blind to the fact. Who knows with these 6 celebrities? Or maybe they, excuse me, or maybe they knew about it. But we're going to cover more on that tomorrow. I appreciate we hit that hour mark. We about to hit that hour mark. I appreciate everybody for joining the live tonight. We're going to be back tomorrow. Right? And I want y'all to tune in because I have more information on this case. But I'm not going to give all out tonight. There's implications to come. I got more video on this case. It's true evidence, real evidence on this case. And we're going to be discussing it could Biggie Smalls and the Junior Mafia be a part of the P Diddy sex ring. Oh, y'all want to join me tomorrow on that. And I'm gonna be sharing videos. And y'all send me y'all videos. And if you like this video, hit that like button. Get this video in the algorithm of things. Share it on Facebook if you're on Facebook. But yeah, I'm going to be busting down the real deal, and I ain't gonna hold back. Tomorrow, catch me. Who is Junior? Who is big? Was Biggie Smalls and Junior Mafia implicated? We talking about Faith Evans, Lil Kim. We talking about all of them. Could they be a part of P Diddy's sex ring? Could Mace? Yeah, we gonna be sharing that tomorrow. Central Time. I'll be back. I'm gonna be back early. 8 o'clock Central Time. 8 o'clock Central Time. Maybe even earlier. I'll go live. But Central Time, 8 o'clock Central Time. Y'all don't want to miss. Could Biggie be a part? Could Biggie Smalls and the Junior Mafia? And I got new allegations and new victims that's coming out. I'm sharing all of that. Y'all hit that like button. Keep hitting that like button. I appreciate everybody for being in the live tonight. I know it's late, 4 a.m. I appreciate y'all. Join the live tomorrow. I will be back with new news. Peace. Thank y'all for joining. Appreciate. Like, subscribe, and share. Hit the notifications. And I'm out.